there was a fakir, there was a saint who walked on this very land about 100 years ago and gave the message of peace, brotherhood, righteousness, togetherness, compassion, and because of his presence and his messages, people experience miracles in their life.
As this is, we are constantly running parallels to his life in the early 1900s when he actually walked on earth, and now his mysterious sudden appearance in 2025 in the middle of a traffic jam in Mumbai. Baba appears, and what happens then? You know the term triple threats, right?
Of course, yeah.
Very few. We're not trained to be triple threats in India, so but we had to find a bunch of them, not one, not two, but 23 of them. So we did, and there are so many wonderful, talented people out there, young people who are doing so well.
Good morning, and I have to say this is musical theatre at its absolute best. Ashwin Gidwani and his production house AGP World bring you Sai, a theatrical music. It's inspired by Shri Sai Baba, whom Ashwin is really influenced by. It's Wednesday, 15th of October at the Jamshed Bhabha Theatre, NCPA. What a grand venue. And make sure that you get your tickets right away. I'm very pleased to welcome the director, the writer, Atul Koushik. Hi Atul, wonderful to see you. How are you?
Sir, I'm very good, and it's a pleasure being here.
Where are tickets at? Are they at Book My Show?
Yes.
Or, yeah. Okay. Tickets are at Book My Show, and they're going out very, very fast. So I urge you to go and get them. And the wonderful Bhavna Pani, who I have a lot of love for. Hi Bhavna, how are you?
Hello Hrishi K, I'm good. How are you?
Very well. Wonderful to see you.
Thank
and
you.
Pankaj Berry, such a senior artist, wonderful actor. Thank you very much, sir, for being here. How are you?
थैंक यू वेरी मच इस न्योते के लिए, इस आमंत्रण के लिए, निमंत्रण के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद.
Yeah. I want to start, Atul, about the genesis of this idea. Sai Baba has been presented in many, many ways in cinema, in television, but this is a very unique way of presenting his life's journey through dance and music. So talk about that. Talk about the inception of the idea. Did Ashwin come and tell you about it, or did you already have a script ready?
No, so it all began about 7 to 8 years ago, where Mr. Gidwani was also, he is an ardent Sai follower, and he was witnessing miracles in his own life, and he wanted those stories and the stories of Sai Baba to be told in a manner like never before. Like you said, that there was a lot happening on television, on cinema as well, but there was no big play or big theatrical spectacle live in India or anywhere on the globe. So it was his idea that we should bring Sai in a manner where he connects with his followers, at the same time the new generation that asks for reason, that asks for logic. They want to know the reason, the logic, and the purpose behind everything. So we wanted to have a play which does not try to answer, because Baba does not have to answer to anybody, but at least tries to tell today's generation that there was a fakir, there was a saint who walked on this very land about 100 years ago and gave the message of peace, brotherhood, righteousness, togetherness, compassion, and because of his presence and his messages, people experience miracles in their life. So if we restore our faith back in these kind of saints and their messages, we can experience similar miracles in our lives personally, and as well as a society and the nation. So that was the whole idea behind building the play. And then we thought about it. I came up with a couple of ideas. We brainstormed. We met a few people who were equally ardent followers of Baba, and they had their own research on Baba and his messages. And after that brainstorming, we came up with this idea. But then COVID happened, and things didn't happen the way we wanted them to happen. But about a couple of years ago, we got back. Bhavna ji came on board, Ashwin, we all sat together, we reworked the idea, we reworked the entire concept, and the script that we see today is a work of a lot of hard work, a lot of thinking, a lot of hours spent behind it. And now we are very sure that in the current form of the script, in the current form of the music, the dances, the dialogues, the casting, it is going to be something which Indian audience or a global audience has never seen before, especially vis-a-vis Sai Baba ji.
Bhavna, you're so talented. You're a Kathak dancer, you're an Odissi dancer, you're a contemporary dancer. My first logical question is, we'll obviously see dance from you, but what styles? Are you going to amalgamate all the styles that you have mastery over, or is there a particular style that we'll see more of inside the musical?
So I'll just clarify to begin with. I'm not the choreographer, I'm the movement director. It's been choreographed by Devendra Singh, and all the choreography, all the lovely styles and all the designing of the choreography that you will see is
Devendra's.
The credit goes to him. But as the movement director, I have my contribution is, you're correct, your question is very correct, because I decide what styles go in there, and there is a graph in the song, how we marry it with the scenes, the transitions and all of that. So keeping in mind that the times and the geography of when Baba actually walked on this land, we had to be true to the historical events. We had to be true to the geography of the place, and therefore there is a lot of folk, there is a lot of Indian dancing, but at the same time we have tried to identify 2 or 3 places where we can put an experimental movement piece, which will help us explore more styles like contemporary and even borderline Western sometimes. And just trying to make it a bouquet of all kinds of styles, not to keep it boring, but to keep it varied, even though we are restricted because of geography and time zones and timelines. We've tried to get as experimental as possible.
Yeah, and also it must have given you a lot of scope, because from what I can read from the synopsis, Baba appears in present-day Bombay, right?
He does.
And obviously there are going to be lots of flashbacks over the last 100 years. So I think that's where the modern stuff comes in.
Yes,
Does it? Yeah?
Yes, absolutely. You're very correct, because we are constantly running parallels to his life in the early 1900s when he actually walked on earth, and now his mysterious sudden appearance in 2025 in the middle of a traffic jam in Mumbai. Baba appears, and what happens then? And that helps us. So movement, it plays a very important role in going from time zones, exchanging notes with each other.
Lovely. Pankaj, one is the miracles. Everybody talks about the miracles of Sai Baba. But beyond the miracles, Sai is a way of life. तो उसके बारे में थोड़ा बात कीजिए. Talk about that. Talk about that it's not just the miracles, but the way of life.
Absolutely. मैं इसके बारे में ये कहना चाहूँगा कि मैं बाबा को बहुत सालों से मानता हूँ. 1990 में पहली बार मैं शिरडी गया था. तब से मैं,
क्या बात है, मतलब ये कोई इत्तेफाकन नहीं है कि आप इसमें एक्टिंग कर रहे हैं. You're actually invested in it.
मैं बाबा को बहुत मानता हूँ. मैंने कई साल तो जाकर के न्यू ईयर वहीं पे मनाया. 5 साल विद फैमिली न्यू ईयर वहीं मनाते थे हम लोग. बहुत अच्छा लगता था. 1990 में पहली बार.
Where is this place? Which place you're talking about? Where you celebrate? Where you go?
बाबा की वहीं पे शिरडी. न्यू ईयर वहीं मनाते थे हम लोग. 1990 में पहली मर्तबा मेरा वहाँ जाना हुआ था. तो हम अपनी फिल्म के केन्स उठा के लेके गए थे, मेरी पहली कमर्शियल फिल्म कॉलेज गर्ल के. तब से मैं वहाँ जाता रहता हूँ. तो मैंने बिकॉज मिरेकल्स आर देयर बट फिलॉसफी इज़ देयर. मैं बाबा की फ़िलॉसफी को बहुत मानता हूँ. मैं बाबा ने जो कहा है उसको अपनी लाइफ में उतारने की कोशिश करता रहता हूँ हमेशा. कि जो बाबा ने कहा है, श्रद्धा, सबरी, नेकी, ईमानदारी, सच्चाई, सेवा, उसको अपनाने की मैं, चाहे मैं कितने भी परसेंट वो अपनाऊँ, 5%, 10%, 20%, उस रास्ते पे चलने की मेरी ये कोशिश है. तो अगर मैं 20%, 30% भी कामयाब हो जाता हूँ तो मेरे लिए बहुत बड़ी अचीवमेंट है. प्लस मैं इस प्ले के बारे में ज़रूर ये कहना चाहूँगा कि ये इतने गुणी लोगों के साथ मैं जुड़ गया, मुझे ये मौका मिल गया. ये और वो घटना कैसे घटी वो मैं ज़रूर शेयर करना चाहूँगा.
ज़रूर, प्लीज़.
चमत्कार.
अतुल जी के पास वो भी एक चमत्कार था. ये भी मिरेकल ही मैं उसको कहूँगा कि मैं अतुल जी के घर, अतुल जी ने मुझे बोला कि अतुल जी के साथ में कुछ और प्ले करने वाला था, लेकिन तेनाली रामा की वजह से मैं नहीं कर पाया, बिजी था। तो अतुल जी के घर में गणपति जी की बधाई देने गया था, दर्शन करने गया था। तो मेरी दाढ़ी वाड़ी तेनाली के बाद मैंने छोड़ दी थी, बढ़ रही थी दाढ़ी, तो मैंने ऐसी पटका सा पहना हुआ था। तो अतुल जी ने देखते मुझे बोला, ये तो साईं जैसे लग रहे हैं आप।
और वो गुरुवार का दिन था।
और गुरुवार का दिन था,
वाह।
वो भी एक चमत्कार ही था। तो बस इन्होंने मेरी पिक्चर ले ली, 2-4 पिक्चर ले ली, और उसके बाद 5-6 दिन के बाद मेरी अश्विन जी से बात हो गई। तो मैं तो कूद पड़ा, मैंने कहा यस बिल्कुल मैं ज़रूर करूँगा। और जब मैं पहली मरतबा रिहर्सल पे गया और इतने इतने गुणी लोगों को देखा, भावना जी को, अतुल जी को, बिकॉज थिएटर बेसिकली एक ऐसी जगह है, ऐसा स्थान है, ऐसा प्लेस है जहाँ पे आप ताउम्र सीखते रहते हैं। तो मुझे लग रहा है कि मैं एक बार फिर से सीखने के लिए यहाँ पे पहुँचा हूँ आफ्टर 30 ईयर्स। मैंने बहुत 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 बेहतरीन थिएटर किया है चंडीगढ़ में, बहुत, बिकॉज बेसिकली आई एम फ्रॉम थिएटर, आई हैव डन माई डिप्लोमा इन ड्रामेटिक्स, आई हैव डन माई मास्टर डिग्री इन ड्रामेटिक्स। तो मैंने बहुत अच्छा थिएटर किया, लेकिन अब काफ़ी समय के बाद से ऑलमोस्ट 30 ईयर्स के बाद आई एम गोइंग ऑन स्टेज।
Oh, how beautiful.
Yes,
I have a lot of love. I mean, I'm not disrespecting actors who work in television and movies and OTT, but I have a lot of respect for theatre actors as an audience.
Absolutely.
Because there are no retakes.
Absolutely.
No retakes,
ऋषि जी,
no editing, nothing.
theatre is the toughest thing.
Yes.
सिनेमा तो आप आराम से कर लेंगे, 100 रीटेक ले लो आप, बेस्ट टेक मिल जाएगा आपको। टेलीविजन में, OTT में, जितने मर्जी।
Correct.
थिएटर में देयर इज नो रीटेक। अभी अतुल जी तभी तो कस रहे हैं सबको, एक एक तराश रहे हैं। और एक चीज़ मैं ज़रूर आपके माध्यम से कहना चाहूँगा, एंड क्रेडिट गोज टू अतुल जी, भावना जी, अश्विन जी एंड पूरी टीम। इन्होंने ना अपने इस प्ले में पता नहीं कहाँ से नगीने चुने हैं। वो कमाल के डांसर्स हैं, कमाल के सिंगर्स हैं, इतने बेहतरीन लोग हैं ये जो टीम इन्होंने चुनी है। सो इन वन वर्ड आई विल से कि समथिंग वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग एंड बिग इज गोइंग टू हैपन।
Wonderful. I believe it's based on the Sai Satcharitra.
जी।
Talk to me about that. Talk to me about what the original piece is, the document is,
Yeah.
and how much you were able to adapt it to your story.
So the original book Shri Sai Satcharitra is definitely a comprehensive document, and there are smaller abridged versions as well available, which tells us about the stories of Baba, how he appeared for the first time, and then how he appeared again, how he came to Shirni, what lessons he gave, how he used to communicate with his devotees, and what miracles happened when Baba was around, and how he put in place the people who were arrogant, and how he showed hope and compassion to people who were in need. So those stories are compiled in that holy book in a certain order. So it was our responsibility, because since those stories actually happened about 100 years ago, so there was not a lot of scope for interpretation, like for other characters, say other deities, be it Lord Ram, Lord Krishna, be it Vishnu, be it Brahma, be it anybody. So since they were few thousand years ago, before we appeared on this stage, on the earth, so there is a lot of scope for interpretation, because those texts give us that scope that this word might mean this as well. But in case of science, the stories actually happened. We had the real photos of Baba, so not much of scope to interpret there, but there was a lot of scope to connect those stories with today's times, because the questions never change. We are asking same questions for past many thousand years. The answers have been given in Bhagavad Gita, they have been given in Yog Vashisht, they have been given in Sai Satcharitra as well, but we are asking the same questions again and again. So we connected today's questions and went back in past to find the answers from that holy book, and that is how the whole play travels. The questions, the conflict is being established in today's time, and we are cutting back into flashback to find the answers from the words of Baba. So that is how this book is connected. We have tried our best to stick to the text and not add our imagination to that part at least. So whatever is imaginary, that happens in today's times.
Beautiful. Ashwin Gidwani and AGP World have been kind enough to give away some tickets via a contest. Now, this is not some serious Kaun Banega Crorepati or Bonvita quiz contest, so we want to keep it very simple. We actually want you to win. We want you to come and see this play free of cost through this contest, so that you can tell your friends and family about it. And also, if you need a +1, you can buy a ticket for the +1. So here's the simple contest question: who plays Sai in Sai the musical? 1 space your answer space your name. WhatsApp it to our official WhatsApp number 9833943943. It's a very easy way to remember it. We are 94.3 Radio 1. So remember the last 6 digits are 943943. So 9833943943. Who plays Sai in Sai the Musical? Name the actor and give us your name. Bhavna, he just complimented, Pankaj ji complimented these extraordinary dancers you have. Will you be gracing the stage or you just movement director?
Oh, my heart bleeds to not be on stage, but I have to confess I'm really enjoying being on the other side, and it's really feeding my creative
Juices, needs.
Yeah. But what he calls them naginas, Nagina. They were found extensively over a process of 3 months.
Wonderful. That's what segues into my next question. How did you find them? Did you go to various troupes? Are they individual dancers? How do you get them together? Must be a mammoth job.
It was very exhausting, very, very extensive. Dancers from all over India came to audition we had 3 days. First we had online auditions where they sent in their videos, then we shortlisted. We had about 1,000 almost entries.
Wow.
And then we brought it down to 500 shortlist. Then we auditioned 500 people, brought them down to 250, and then this is how we finally came to these, and they truly are gems because they've been handpicked very, very carefully by Atul ji, and because there are very few, the term triple threats, right?
Of course, yeah.
Very few. We're not trained to be triple threats in India, so. But we had to find a bunch of them, not 1, not 2, but 23 of them. So we did. And there are so many wonderful, talented people out there, young people who are doing so well. And their talent is just waiting to be polished into becoming diamonds by fine people like Atul ji.
And fine people like you.
Yeah, sweet.
Pankaj ji, can we see you? Are we going to hear you singing in the musical?
No, I'm not singing. But हाँ, मुझे सुन के इतना आनंद आ रहा है, मन तो कर रहा है कि मैं भी बीच में चला जाऊँ, इनके साथ नाचूं, इनके साथ गाऊं. जब वो स्टेज पे अभी रिहर्सल चल रही है तो स्टेज पे जब सब गा रहे होते हैं, मैं मेकअप रूम में अंदर पीछे के गा उनके साथ साथ गा रहा हूँ, कोशिश
What is most important, Pankaj ji, in your extensive experience in theatre, in the acting profession? What's the most important thing in a musical?
Most important thing in musical, I think musical play बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग चीज़ है और बहुत ही मुश्किल काम भी है. ये बेसिकली इसे कोऑर्डिनेशन, कैसे आप कोऑर्डिनेट कर रहे हैं, कैसे सिंक्रोनाइज कर रहे हैं, बहुत इट्स नॉट ए सिंपल प्ले कि
नॉट ए सिंपल ब्लॉकिंग. हाँ, के सामने पोजीशन ले लिया,
आप आए, आपने डायलॉग याद किया और आपने धाड़ 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 डायलॉग बोल दिया. नहीं, 10-12 सिंगर हैं और 10-12 डांसर्स हैं, उन सब की कोऑर्डिनेशन, उनका सबका सिंक्रोनाइजेशन, सुर ताल, सबको सुर में, मतलब इस वेरी टफ जॉब. और जो बहुत स्मूथली ये लोग कर रहे हैं. मतलब सबसे आनंददायक बात तो ये है कि भावना जी और अतुल जी, फिर से मैं इनका नाम ले रहा हूँ, कि इन्होंने इतनी स्मूथली चीज़ें को लग नहीं रहा कि कुछ मुश्किल काम हो रहा है, बहुत स्मूथली चीज़ें चलती चली जा रही हैं.
Atul, let's talk about the music and the musicians. Do you have live musicians on stage or are they singing -1? Is there live singing? I'd like to know about that. And then let's talk about the music. What kind of styles can we expect? What kind of songs and who's done the compositions?
Yeah, so there are live singers who will be singing on -1, and all the singers, they have great experience of doing musicals, and we can take pride in saying that they are some of the finest singers in Indian theatre today who will be performing this musical. The songs have been composed by Mr. Anik Sharma, who's again an expert of especially music for theatre, who has done musicals in past for us. And in this play we have about 16 original tracks, and one of them has been sung by Padma Shri Kailash Kherji.
Wow.
And we deliberately wanted to give a bouquet of Indian music to our audience. So you will see a Nautanki being sung live on the stage. You will also see a Qawwali that is sung by Kailash Kherji. You will see Kabir's Dohas being sung on stage live.
Wow.
You will see Indian melodies. You will see certain sections which are influenced by Western melodies. At the same time, you have devotional music. We have some actual artis which the ardent devotees of Baba will relate with immediately. The artis that they sing in their homes every day in the morning or in the evening. So it is a compilation of 16 beautifully composed, beautifully sung and beautifully performed songs, and we are very sure that music of this play is something which the audience will take back home. They will be humming the songs with us. We have tried to keep them very simple. We have tried to keep them hummable. Even the lyrics that I got the chance to write, we have kept them very simple, because the idea is that it is very easy to keep saying philosophies in the language which people don't even understand, and we make ourselves sound wise, that we are so wise that we can use these kind of difficult words. But the idea is to communicate with the audience in the language that they understand.
Yes.
So a simple language, a simple 3 words, ye to mere saai hai. That's something which we have composed in a manner that people will be going back home humming these words, ye to mere saai hai.
You know, he made a very important point. He said there's a bit of Nautanki, there's a bit of Qawwali, there's even Western influences. And Bhavna, I want to come to that. I mean, and it's not just we in India, but people in the West also who are guilty of formatting. Who said that because you have a spiritual subject, you should have only dharmic bhajans? Because spirituality in itself is all-encompassing and inclusive. In the West, I've seen people say, oh, it's gospel music, but they will not deviate from that gospel music, you know. They'll have a church choir singing it and they'll not deviate. Whereas I think true inclusivity is when you say, this is the idea, the spiritual idea, and I will use various forms to express that. So talk about how much your dancers and you as the movement director enjoyed this music for you to create the movement on that music, and them, how they're enjoying the music in terms of dancing to it.
Yeah, the whole creation of the music process was extremely interesting, because Mr. Anik Sharma, who by the way has done just a fantastic job on this album. It's an original soundtrack. First of all, we don't know, it has to, when you're creating original work, you don't know what the final graph is. You want to give enough variations, you want to give enough you want to give a wholesome bouquet, right, to the audience. So what is interesting is how Anik ji and we all worked actually, but especially Anik ji worked in understanding music for dance, because this is extremely dance heavy, extremely movement heavy. Also, there is a lot of narrative in the songs. We're not just dancing between scenes. It's not a filler.
You're taking the story forward.
Taking the story forward. A lot of content, a lot of information, a lot of stories are being narrated in the songs. So, he had to learn the drama of music, because there's storytelling through music. So there is a beginning, there is a middle, there is an end. Even to, let's say if that's the song, there is a subset to the song, and then there's a subset to the song, and everything needs to have a beginning, middle and end. And so all of that has been meticulously worked out. So yeah, the music creation was for me very, very, it was a learning experience. And Anik ji very patiently, I have really troubled him a lot. And I'm like, Anik ji, you don't understand. They are dancing on this. You have to give me variation in the percussions, and after every 4 bars it has to change. And so he's like, no, but this is he's very gentle. So he's like, no, but this is how it is, the vocabulary of music. No, break it. So yeah, there have been very beautiful, creative, explosively creative discussions.
And at the risk of being a spoiler, the audience will never imagine a hip hop rap in a Sai musical.
Yeah.
Nice.
How does it come in? You have to come and find
Or
out.
for that matter,
on the
or for that matter, Afro jazz.
Afro jazz in a Sai
Lovely,
musical. So
lovely,
come and
lovely.
find out yourself.
Wednesday, 15th of October, 6:30 p.m. It's a 2-hour show. Do you have an intermission? You do?
Yeah, we have
2-hour show with an intermission at the Jamshed Bhabha Theatre, NCPA. Tickets are live, going out very, very fast at Book My Show. This is Sai the Musical. Pankaj, any dialogue which is special that you can narrate to us on the mic?
डायलॉग मैं इसलिए नहीं कह पाऊंगा क्योंकि मैं ये नहीं बता पा रहा हूँ यहाँ पे मुझे कि मैं कौन सा किरदार कर रहा हूँ. ये भी सीक्रेट है. What role I'm playing in Sai.
Everybody is presuming because you said you look like Sai and Atul took your photo that you are playing Sai.
Yeah,
One of the roles you're playing is Sai.
one of the role I'm playing. और उसी रोल किसी ने एक डायलॉग उसमें बोला है. उसकी दो डायलॉग मैं आपको बता देता हूँ. उसमें ही किसी किरदार ने एक डायलॉग बोला है. वो लक्ष्मी, जाना तो एक दिन सभी को है, जो आया है वो जाएगा भी. हर जर्रे जर्रे में तुमको मैं साईं दिख जाऊंगा, जो श्रद्धा सबूरी रखेगा उसको गले लगाऊंगा. आज भले है जाना मुझको लेकिन लौट के आऊंगा, जो दया धर्म को मानेगा मैं उसको गले लगाऊंगा. ये वन ऑफ द एक्टर कैरेक्टर ने डायलॉग बोला जो मैंने सुनाया आपको यहाँ पे.
Very nice. You know, I'm just watching this extraordinary video on Book My Show, and it has an actor, and I presume it's Pankaj in the center, surrounded by these musicians, and the lighting is just beautiful. It's almost as though there's a halo around him and the dancers are really looking resplendent. So my logical question is, who's on lights, light design, and of course costumes, because you know, it's beautiful. What a lovely scene. And you've got violins and stuff in the background. I don't know if that has actually happened there or it's for the video.
It's for effect.
It's for effect. So let's talk about the lights. Let's talk about the costumes here.
Yeah, so the lights and the production design is being done by experts from South Africa who have great volume of experience in designing Broadway musicals, and their entire team is running the show from behind, and some of the members have traveled to India as well, who are right now working in the theatre designing the lighting. So the audience can expect a true international level of light design, production design, graphics, and the entire set. So they can expect nothing less than a Broadway musical, and they're working very hard because they don't come from the same background as we do. So they are working very hard in understanding Sai, the sensibilities of Indians, the colors, the fabric, and everything. And they're working very well in sync with our Indian production team. And we are very sure that they're gonna give Indian audience something which all of us will be proud of.
Very nice. And the costumes, please.
The costumes are done by Manali Jagtap, and again very meticulously worked out because we are
Yeah,
dealing
because
with
from what I see, I've always believed that dancers have to have garments which allow them to dance.
yeah.
I've gone and seen so many musicals, and I don't want to take names, where it's ill-fitting, it's tight, and you can feel the discomfort in the dancer, you know. And this looks like flowy garments which are conducive to dance.
Yes. Yeah, the look, and also we have to stick to the
Era.
the era and
Yeah.
the geography of the story. But at the same time, we've tried to make it as beautiful, but like you said, also good to dance, like good for movement. So Manali's done our previous she works a lot with AGP, and she's done our previous musicals also, and she's fabulous. And we're hoping that the audience also loves it as much.
Bhavna, the depth of the Jamshed Bhabha stage is massive. In fact, I know productions will use half the stage. They put the curtain in the halfway mark because they don't want to use the entire depth. But then there are productions who say, I want to use the entire depth of it, which obviously means more movement, which obviously means more trajectory for the dancers, for the actors, and things like that. Are you all using the full stage? And if so, what were the challenges in doing that?
We are using the full stage sometimes. We are partially constricting the space and making it a smaller space.
Depending on the set, on the
scene.
time,
Yes,
the scene.
yes. Things are flying in and out, and so interesting. I don't want to give away everything, but there's a lot of. They've really worked hard on the. We don't have like an LED screen like most musicals have. We've tried to keep it as theatre specific. With what happens with LED, then it stops being theatre. It just becomes something. Atulji, you want to explain better?
Yeah, so my whole idea has always been that theatre per se is not a digital medium. So whatever digital intervention happens, it should only support and corroborate what it is happening on the stage. I've seen musicals where the digital content takes over so much that I forget that they are live humans on stage. So I never wanted that. We as a team never wanted that. So we were very clear with the production team that whatever digital content you are projecting should only be there to corroborate and help my content, because theatre is an actor's medium and my actors are singing their lungs out, and I do not want any LED content to take over their credit or anything. So we've kept it minimalistic, we've kept it suggestive, but at the same time the grandeur is not compromised at any level.
Okay, opportunity now again for you guys to win you some passes, prestigious passes to go see Sai the Musical. This is courtesy Ashwin Gidwani and AGP and Radio 1. Very simple contest question. Who is the movement director in Sai the Musical? Give us the name of the movement director and along with your name, and you can send it to us at 9833943943, 9833943943. And if you get the correct answer quickly, we will give you those tickets so that you can go see Sai the Musical on 15th October, Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Tickets are live at Book My Show, and it's at the Jamshed Bhabha Theatre at the NCPA. Talk to me a little bit about some of the singers who you think have done a great job, Atul.
Yeah, so the singers...
you said Kailash Kher.
Kailash Kher is singing on the Qawwalis, and most of the songs are being sung live by our actors who are trained singers. So there's this gentleman called Puneet, there's Saberi, there's Bhumika, there's Akshay, then there's Zoe. They're all classically trained singers.
Is this Zoe who's also with that band called Wish?
No,
This is
some other band she's a part of, but they all came with a certain legacy, and then we trained them with our music coaches, and they worked for past 2 months only on the songs, and whatever genre we've given them, be it Qawwali, be it Nautanki, be it folk, be it devotional, be it Doha, be it philosophy, they have done full justice to the audience, and the audience can really expect some really goosebump moments only by the virtue of the songs that they're singing on stage.
Talk to me about the cast. What is the strength of your cast?
Yeah.
How many people? And how do you go about the casting? And are you in a position to tell me who's playing what, or is it just everybody's playing multiple characters?
Yes, so there are portions, there are sections where one actor gets to play multiple characters in different scenes, and the total number of actors in this play is about 5 to 6 who take turns to play different characters from different eras, and we've got about 20 dancers. So it's a huge crew performing on stage together, and the process of casting was same what Bhavna ji mentioned. In the same time space we casted actors as well as dancers, so they also came through various stages, various audition rounds, and then we brought it down to about 50 and 60, and then I did a workshop with them for about 3 days. In the workshop we made them do stuff about acting, stuff about theatre, and from that we handpicked the final ones that we wanted. But they are the people who've been on Indian stage for past many years. They're very experienced, and they are more sure about the play than we are. They say they leave it to us.
How wonderful.
Yeah.
Pankaj ji has very clearly said that he's a Sai Bhakt.
Yeah.
But Bhavna and Atul, are you devotees of Sai Baba, or are you just people who are into spirituality and you think anything that's spiritual is beautiful?
You want to go first?
Yeah. Yes, the latter actually. I'm into spirituality, and but of course, before we even started the process, I think a year ago, I read the entire Sai Satcharitra.
You did? Wow.
Yes, yes. And they are very beautiful, simple stories from Baba's life, not preachy at all. And the wisdom comes from daily life. Like I call it Baba philosophy in daily life. So beautiful stories, beautiful messages, and it's all about love, compassion, kindness, wisdom, and happiness for self and others. And yeah, I was not a Sai Bhakt, but miracles, I have to confess, have started showing up in my life.
Yeah, seriously?
Yeah. So, for example, last week we were in the throes of rehearsal and it was very painful. We were rehearsing from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. and I was being very hard on the kids. I was not giving them enough breaks, and in all of that, my friend, who never really calls me up unless it's something urgent or work related, she said, "You know what, I have something for you." I said, "What?" She's like, "I just don't know why, but I got you some prasads from Shirdi." And I was like, that is really random. Why for me? Because I'm not even a Sai Bhakt. Why are you getting me prasads from
And did she know you were working on this? Did she know?
No, she didn't know.
Wow.
Nothing.
She knew nothing, yeah.
I haven't talked about it at all. And this was like before even we had started promoting things on Instagram. So, and this is just simple thing, like one of the actresses, Bhumika Mane, was telling me that, and she's been sending me pictures to prove what she's saying. Every public transport that she takes to come to rehearsal or go back home from rehearsal has a message of Baba on it, or a picture of him, or Om Sai Ram, or something, or his eyes or something, but every vehicle has it. So I don't know if it is because we start to become more aware when we're doing something. It's like, when you're buying a car, you see that car, every second car is that car. I don't know if it's that, but I'm keeping my heart open, and I can really sense Baba talking to me, or this universal energy of Baba and his wisdom seeping into our lives, but I can feel the change.
Atul, you want to take that? Were you a devotee? Are you a devotee?
Yeah, so my body of work for past 15 years has been around Indian spiritual history. I avoid calling it a mythology because that's a too convenient word that we've coined for ourselves. So I have done a lot of plays, a lot of poems, books and museums on Ramayana, Mahabharata, Shiv Puran. In fact, I'm a speaker on Bhagavad Gita. I am a speaker on Mahabharata. So I had that background of understanding these characters, but without being too attached with them. Otherwise, I'll be only singing bhajans on stage. I have to understand the grammar of theatre as well. I have to understand the grammar of content as well. And I have to understand that audiences come to watch a play. They are not in a Sai Sandhya. They are not in a, जो रामायण हम लोग गाते हैं वो नहीं. They have come to watch a play. So I have to keep my objectivity intact, and I have to look at all these stories as theatrical pieces. When I'm writing them, when I'm imagining them, I can be spiritual, I can be a devotee. But when I'm on job as a director, I have to keep in mind that eventually it is a show that I'm making. So I always keep that lens on when I'm working. But as far as spirituality and miracles are concerned, my take on miracle is more spiritual and less physical, because otherwise everything around us is a miracle. The day I was born, I owned the oxygen of all the trees around me without even paying a bit for that. That is a miracle. But when you are on your job, when you are able to communicate Baba's message through these mortal human beings, and that message is connecting with my heart, I believe it will connect with the audience's heart as well. That is the miracle I'm trying to create on stage with my actors and with my singers. बाबा का होना चमत्कार है, उनकी कहानी सुना देना हमारे लिए चमत्कार नहीं, एक जिम्मेदारी है जो हम पूरी निष्ठा के साथ पूरा करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. बाकी हुई है वही जो राम रचि राखा है.
Last question to Pankaj ji. Why should somebody come and see Sai the musical, Pankaj ji?
वो इसलिए क्योंकि बहुत कुछ है इस प्ले के अंदर. लोग सीखेंगे, एंटरटेनमेंट है, म्यूज़िक है, सिंगिंग है, साईं की फ़िलॉसफी है, साईं की जीवनी है, मिराकल्स हैं, लीलाएं हैं, बहुत कुछ है. मतलब आप जब ऑडियंस आएगी, मुझे पूरा विश्वास है, मैं कल भी अतुल जी से बात कर रहा था खड़े होकर के, कि अवश्य ये ज़रूर पक्का ये घटना घटेगी कि धागा जुड़ेगा। बेसिकली एक कनेक्शन बनना चाहिए ना ऑडियंस का और इस प्ले में जो स्टेज पे जो एक्टर्स काम कर रहे हैं, जो कैरेक्टर्स हैं, वो धागा अवश्य जुड़ेगा। वो धागा जुड़ गया तो हमारी बहुत बड़ी कामयाबी है।
Wonderful. 15th October at the Jamshed Bhabha. Tickets are live, going out very fast at Book My Show at Sai the Musical. Thank you, Atul.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bhavna.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Hrishi.
Pankaj ji.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
94.3 Radio 1.